Hello friends and welcome to Pendulum Edu, and today we'll be discussing daily current affairs of 14 June 2020. So let's start the session. First news is two decisions related to not filing GST taken in the 40th meeting of GST Council. In the 40th meeting of GST Council, two decisions related to fines were taken for not filing GST, and it added that between July 2017 and January 2020, penalties would not be imposed for the delay on registered companies filing zero GST returns, while a maximum of rupees 500 has been imposed for not filing GST sales return between July 2017 to January 2020. Also, for small taxpayers doing business up to rupees 5 crore, the interest rate for GST returns of February, March and April 2020 has been reduced to 9%. In addition, small taxpayers have been given time to file returns by 30 September 2020. Talking about Goods and Services Tax Council, so it is described under Article 279 of the Indian Constitution. It is therefore a constitutional body. This body makes recommendations to the central and state governments on issues related to goods and services tax. This council is headed by the Union Finance Minister. Now let's see a question. Recently, the government has imposed a maximum penalty of rupees dash for not filing GST sales return between July 2017 to January 2020. 1000, 500, 5000 and 2000. So the correct answer is option B, that is 500. Moving to the next news, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare launched Sahkar Mitra internship program. Recently, Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar launched the Sahkar Mitra internship program. The objective of this program is to provide paid internship to the youth. This will provide project loan to young cooperative entrepreneurs. Under this scheme, youth will be able to undertake paid internships in various fields including agriculture and allied sectors, agri-business cooperation, finance, international trade, forestry, rural development and project management. In addition, each intern will also receive financial support for a period of more than 4 months. The National Cooperative Development Corporation will create an environment of entrepreneurship development in the cooperative sector through capacity development. Now let's see a question related to the news. Sahkar Mitra internship program has been launched by which ministry? Ministry of Home Affairs, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change and Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. So the correct answer is option B, that is Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Moving to the next news, National Highways Authority of India goes fully digital. Recently, the National Highway Authority of India has gone completely digital. It has now a unique cloud-based and artificial intelligence-driven big data analytics problem. All project documentation, contractual decisions and approvals are now being made only through the portal. The Highway Construction Organization is the first to integrate data lake and project management software for transparency, speed and quick decision making in the process. Talking about NHAI, it is an autonomous agency of Government of India. It is nodal agency of Ministry of Road Transport and Highway. It was founded in 1988 and its headquarters are located in New Delhi. Now the question part, in which year the National Highways Authority of India was established? 1975, 1966, 1988 and 1995. So the correct answer is option C, that is 1988. Moving to the next news, Vice Admiral Biswajit Das Gupta has been appointed as the new Chief of Staff of Eastern Naval Command. Biswajit Das Gupta is an alumnus of the National Defence Academy. He was commissioned in the Indian Navy in 1985. Biswajit Das Gupta is an expert in navigation and direction. Now the question part, Vice Admiral Biswajit Das Gupta has recently taken charge as the Chief of which Navy? Western Naval Command, Eastern Naval Command, Northern Naval Command and Southern Naval Command. So the correct answer is option B, that is Eastern Naval Command. Moving to the next news, veteran Urdu poet Gulzar Dehlvi passed away. Veteran Urdu poet Anand Mohan Joshi or Gulzar Dehlvi died at his residence in Noida. He was a freedom fighter and a prominent revolutionary poet. He was born in 1926 in Old Delhi and he was also the editor of Science World, the first Urdu science magazine published by Government of India in 1975. Let's see a question related to the news. Recently, Anand Mohan Joshi passed away. He was a poet of which language? Hindi, English, Urdu and Tamil. So the correct answer is option C, that is Urdu. Moving to the next news, Darshan in Guruvyar temple closed again from Saturday. Recently, a decision has been taken to stop darshan again at Guruvayur temple. Also, the Guruvayur Devasom board has decided to stop marriages in Sri Krishna temple. The temple was opened on 5 June after 80 days of lockdown. Talking about Guruvayur temple, so it is one of the oldest temples in India. It is a Hindu temple dedicated to the Hindu deity Guruvayurappan, a four-armed form of Hindu god Vishnu. It is located in the city of Guruvayur in Kerala. Now the question, Sri Krishna's famous Guruvayur temple is located in which state? Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. So the correct answer is option A, that is Kerala. Water of Lonar Lake in Maharashtra changed to pink. Lonar Lake water of Maharashtra has changed color to pink in recent times. The lake water turns red every year during the rainy season. However, it turned pink this year. A sample of water from the Lonar Lake has been collected and given to the National Environmental Research Institute Nagpur for its scientific testing. Possible reasons behind the change in water color may be low water levels with an increase in salinity and a change in algae behavior due to the atmosphere. Talking about Lonar Lake, it is a notified National Geoheritage Monument and saline and soda lake that is located in Maharashtra. It is also known as Lonar Crater. It was formed about 50,000 years ago after a meteorite fell on Earth. Now the question, which of the following statements is not true? Lonar Lake water of Maharashtra has changed color to pink in recent times. This lake was formed about 50,000 years ago after a meteorite fell on the Earth. So A, 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. So the correct answer will be D, that is neither 1 nor 2, because both statements are true. Moving to the next part, Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray inaugurated Mumbai's new integrated flood warning system. Recently, Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray inaugurated the new integrated flood warning system iFlows developed for Mumbai. It would be possible to estimate the flood 3 days before with the use of this system. This system saved the city from heavy losses by warning against the recently arrived Nisarg cyclone. The Nisarg cyclone was formed in the Arabian Sea and it impacted the regions of Gujarat and Maharashtra coast. The Ministry of Earth Sciences has developed this system within house expertise and coordination with the Mumbai Municipal Corporation. Mumbai is the second city in the country to launch such a system after China. Such systems will also be introduced in Kolkata and in Bengaluru in 2021. The question part, recently in which city new integrated flood warning system iFlows has been inaugurated? Kolkata, Ahmedabad, Mumbai and Bangalore. So the correct answer is option C, that is Mumbai. Moving to the next news, first estimation practice of Indian Gaur in Nilgiris. In the recent years, the first population estimation exercise of Indian Gaur was practiced in Nilgiris. It was held in February this year. This estimated found that more than 2,000 Indian Gaurs reside in the Nilgiri region. It also revealed that most animals live close to human habitat due to rapidly decreasing habitat, and this increased their chances of conflict with human beings. Talking about Indian Gaur, it is also called bison and it is a large type of wild cattle. Its scientific name is Bos gaurus and its IUCN status is vulnerable. Now the question part. Which of the following is not true about Indian Gaur? It is a type of big wild cattle. This is true. Its scientific name is Bos gaurus. This is also true. Its IUCN status is endangered. This is wrong because its IUCN status is vulnerable, and rapidly dwindling habitat is the major reason for their conflict with humans. So this statement is also true. So only statement C is not true. So this is the correct answer. Moving to the next news. Textile major Arvind Limited will adopt antiviral textile technology for apparel products. Textile major Arvind Limited has announced the adoption of an antiviral textile technology for apparel products. This technique is helpful in reducing the ability of retransmission of pathogens through clothing. The antiviral textile technique uses HEIQ viroblock, which actively inhibits the virus on the garment and kills the virus upon contact. Talking about HEIQ viroblock, so it is an intelligent Swiss textile technique that is added to the fabric during the last stage of the textile manufacturing process. It is a special combination of advanced silver and vesicle technology. Now the question part. Recently, which textile major has announced to use antiviral textile technology based in its apparel product? Arvind Limited, Raymond's Quality and S&P. So the correct answer is option A, that is Arvind Limited. So friends, here we have covered daily current affairs and related questions. I hope you are following this session, and this session is very helpful for all those who are preparing for various competitive examinations. You can also read these current affairs from our website pendulumedu.com. You can also download PDF and attempt many quizzes which are important from exam point of view. Also, you can join us on Telegram to our channel, and you can also subscribe to our channel Pendulum Edu, and do not forget to press the bell icon to receive notifications, and keep preparing well with us. All the best. Thank you.